I call this press conference to alert the national global audience about the deliberate plot to create chaos and anarchy in Osun State. I invite you all to expose a faceless anti-democratic agenda designed to enforce the non-existing judgment on our local government. This evil plot is being spearheaded by the Minister of Planning and Blue Economy, Mr. Oyetola, in active collaboration with Osun State Commissioner of Police, the Osun State Director of PSS, and the State Commandant of the Civil Defense Corps. Before I continue this address, let me affirm that I know Mr. President to be a true Democrat, a lover of rule of law, and a believer in the sanctity of the judicial process. I know, as a matter of fact, that Mr. President will never authorize a dictatorial violation of the Constitution irrespective of who is involved. It is crucial to add that Mr. President will never support any action that is capable of delegating bloodbath and bloodshed. I, however, regret to inform Mr. President and the public that Mr. Oyetola has concluded an agreement to cause mayhem in Osun State starting from Monday. He is issuing illegal directives to security operatives to enforce illegality simply because he is nephew of Mr. President. I choose to alert the nation before my people are killed or made by a minister dropping the name of Mr. President in connivance with the Osun State security operative obeying unlawful orders. The bone of contention is the brazen effort to return to office council chairman sacked by a substitute court judgment using a different court decision, which has no consequential order. Let me make it clear that the said council chairman was sacked before I was sworn in as governor of Osun State, contrary to the lies made public that the chairman and councillors were sacked by my executive order. For emphasis, I want to state that I had nothing to do with the sacking of the chairman and councillor produced by the Osun 2022 local government polls. The chairman and councillor were sacked by the two different judges of the Federal High Court, Osun. The script Mr. Oyetola is playing is about the most reprehensible abuse of power in this public, capable of untold and unforeseen consequences on the polity. The general public is aware that there were two different Federal High Court judgments on the local government election of 2022. The first judgment was on the suit filed by the People's Democratic Party, which sacked the product of the 2022 polls. The second judgment was on the suit filed by the Action People's Party, APC, which also sacked the chairman and councillor produced by the said 2022 Osun local government polls. The APC appealed against the judgment obtained by the PDP was partially successful, and the said judgment was struck out based on the timing of filing. Having been filed before notice of election was published, it needs to be emphasized that the judgment contained no consequential order. APC, in its amended notice of appeal, asked the Court of Appeal to reinstate sacked chairman and councillors. But the Court of Appeal, in its wisdom, said it has become an academic exercise. The request for the reinstatement of the chairman and councillor was not granted. However, the appeal by the APC against the APC judgment did not succeed at the Court of Appeal, which made the judgment still subsisting and alive. The Court of Appeal dismissed the APC appeal against the judgment obtained by the APP. The only legal recourse open to the APC is to appeal the APP judgment and the subsequent ruling of the Court of Appeal to the Supreme Court. The satisfactory copies of both judgments had earlier been forwarded to the Osun State Commissioner of Police, the State Director of DSS, and the State Commander of Civil Defense by Osun State Attorney General for their information and record. The satisfactory copies of both judgments are in the public domain. The judgment of the Court of Appeal on the PDP case was not ambiguous whatsoever. It simply struck out the PDP suit and did not, in any of its paragraphs, order the reinstatement of the SAC Council chairman and councillors. It is very clear that no consequential order was made before the APP case is still subsisting. As I stated earlier, the Court of Appeal said that the request of the reinstatement of the chairman and councillor has become an academic exercise. We call on legal luminaries and the Nigerian Bar Association to fact-check our claim by reading and interpreting the judgments. Even as a layman can comprehend the meaning except those with an agenda to destroy peace and progress of Osun State. In a democratic society governed by the rule of law, we all must submit to the law. If we are dissatisfied with the outcome of the court process, we can appeal to the next court to end at the Supreme Court. If you are not sure of the meaning and intent of a court judgment, the system expects you to apply for interpretation against true court system. It is illegal, unconstitutional, and anti-democratic to take the law into your own hands. For a serving minister, the president of Mr. Oyetola, to lead charge to violate the Constitution and foment violence over a judicial process is not only shameful, but is sadistic and treason taken too far. We have it on good authority that Mr. Oyetola has instructed the Osun State Commissioner of Police, the State Director of DSS, and the State Commander of Civil Defense Corps to mobilize security operations from within Osun State, effect non-existing judgment by forcibly taking over the local government on Monday. Minister Oyetola and the police board have been holding a series of meetings on how to effect the illegal operations. We affirm that Mr. Oyetola has no constitutional authority to issue directive to the security agencies. The fact that Mr. Oyetola is nephew of Mr. President does not confer any such authority on him. We see this as a gross betrayal of trust imposed in the Osun State security officer by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I want to state current nefarious activities of Mr. Oyetola and bosses of Osun Security Agency constitute great incitement. This needs to stop because we are neither interested in resorting to self-help nor in support of value to resolve political matters. As much as we are law-abiding people, we are fierce protectors of our rights at night and by the day. I want to place on notice the Nigerian public and our friends in the diplomatic community and the lovers of democracy and rule of law that our people will not accept any attempt to impose illegality and anarchy on us. We will not allow any takeover of local government except through a judicial pronouncement or democratic process. We vehemently reject any plot to deploy non-existing court order to achieve local political power. I repeat, we vehemently reject any plot to deploy any existing court order to achieve political power. I therefore appeal to Mr. President, who is the known Democrat, to insist on the rule of law by instructing the Inspector General of Police, the Director General of DSS, the Commander General of Civil Defense, court not to obey an illegal order from his nephew, Mr. Oyetola. The Osun State Security Chief should also be called to order. I call on Mr. President to instruct the National Security Advisor and the Attorney General of the Federation to personally verify the fact the Court of Appeal judgment did not reinstate the side local government chairman and councillors, and the fact that there is a substitute judgment of court that sacked the chairman and councillor produced by the 2022 local government vote. The Nigerian public should hold Mr. Oyetola and the Osun State Security Chief responsible for any breakdown of law and order in the state tomorrow morning and beyond. It is unfortunate that the Osun State Security Chief are taking instruction from Mr. Oyetola just because he's nephew of Mr. President. It is not acceptable. As much as we do our best to maintain peace, we call on men and women of goodwill to intervene before it's too late. I repeat, as much as we do our best to maintain peace, we call on men and women of goodwill to intervene before it's too late. I thank you all for listening. And now, I will call on my Attorney General, Mr. Bana, to further explain and expatiate before my Commissioner of Information will address you. Over to you.